I became a chocolatier in Stardew Valley. I'm sure you have seen the Haunted Chocolatier announcement video by now, and I cannot explain how hyped I am for this new game. But I can't just sit around waiting for the game to be released. So I decided to become a Haunted Chocolatier in Stardew Valley. And let me just say this, it's pretty fun. But how do we make chocolate in Stardew Valley? Well, it isn't simple, so let's just get started. First, you will need to plant some cocoa trees. These trees work exactly the same way as all the other trees in the game. They take forever to grow and only produce cocoa pods during summer. There are also a couple new trees for chocolatiering, like cinnamon trees, vanilla trees, and even an almond tree. Once your cocoa tree is ready, harvest the cocoa pods. These don't have any use of their own. We first need to drop these into a brand new machine called the butter churn. With the power of the butter churn, we can turn cocoa pods into cocoa butter. If we then place the cocoa butter back into the butter churn, we can now produce cocoa powder, a key ingredient in chocolate making. Let's start off with making some simple milk chocolate. We need 4 ingredients for this: cocoa powder, sugar, coconut oil, and powdered milk. You can simply buy sugar and coconut oil from Pierre, but where do we get powdered milk? Well, that is where the dehydrator comes in, another new machine that we can use to turn large milk into powdered milk. Now that we have all of the ingredients we need, we can place all of these ingredients into the chocolatier cauldron. This machine takes quite a while to actually make the chocolate. So let's make some dark and white chocolate while we wait. Dark chocolate just needs cocoa powder, coconut oil, sugar, and salt. White chocolate needs cocoa butter, sugar, and powdered milk. With these 3 pinnacle types of chocolate, we can now make tons of different interesting combinations. We could make hazelnut bonbons, peanut butter cups, chocolate-covered strawberries, and even chocolate s'mores. There are a ton of combinations, and they all require unique, interesting ingredients. But now that we have the chocolate making basics down, take a look at my interpretation of the Haunted Chocolatier town. It is snowy just like in the video, but it also feels incredibly cozy. The benches, lamps, and trees help out a ton with this. We actually have some trees now that don't completely shrivel up and die during winter. It really adds to the cozy atmosphere of winter, and I wish these trees were in the base game. Now for my chocolate buildings. First, we have the chocolate store. This is where I will be selling my delicious goods. And this is my kitchen, where I will be trying to mass produce as much chocolate as possible. Let's check out the kitchen first. Okay, I know what you're thinking. The chocolate kitchen looks pretty chaotic. And you are right. The thing is, I want to produce a large variety of chocolates, and they all have very unique specific ingredients. And it was getting a little bit hard to remember what everything needed. So, for each signature chocolate dish, I have a chest with their ingredients, a sign to show what each section should be producing, and of course, the chocolatier cauldron used to make the chocolate. I think it'll be easier in the actual Haunted Chocolatier game, but this seems to be working for me. In here, I am producing all kinds of delicious looking chocolate, from basic milk chocolate bars, chocolate strawberries, and the mint chocolate bars. There is definitely a variety being produced here, and I am sure to make a killing selling these to the villagers of Stardew Valley. The kitchen is actually not meant to be seen by the general public, so we can kind of ignore how bad it looks. But the actual chocolate store needs to be in pristine condition so that I can lure the villagers to spend a fortune here. This is how my chocolate store looks. I decided to kind of break it up into 2 sections. First, we have the main lobby. This is where the customers will come in, have a seat with some friends, get warm by the fireplace, and most importantly, this is where I'll be giving away free samples. Naturally, my free samples will be loaded with sugar and MSG so that I can create a dependency on my chocolate. They will come here looking for a free sample and end up leaving with an entire trolley absolutely filled with more chocolate than they can actually eat. And this is all part of my grand master chocolate plan. The back part is the actual store. I have a huge variety of chocolate up for sale, and I tried to decorate the store like the store in the announcement video, but it does look a little bit cramped. There is definitely room for improvement here. So I tried spawning ghosts in my store so that this could be a haunted chocolate store, but the ghosts in Stardew Valley are not friendly at all. They just immediately attacked me, which is understandable. For now, a scarecrow will have to be maintaining the till and sales, and I will be manually restocking the shelves. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Some of my favorite items for sale are definitely the mint chocolate fudge, the cupcake cat, and the donuts. These items just look so good. Right next to the counter, I decided to place some of those chocolate-shaped gold coins. You know those usually overpriced cheap chocolate snacks right by the counter, just staring at you, begging to be bought. These things might just be my biggest money maker. But wait, my store is empty? Where are the customers? This place has so much overhead, it needs to be bustling with traffic to be sustainable, but there is no one here. Maybe the townspeople just don't know about my chocolatier empire yet. Fine, I will have to go through the town, knock on people's doors, and force them to take some free samples. That is probably the only way to get the news out. I can't just have all of this chocolate to myself. It needs to be shared. They need to get addicted so that I can become rich. I guess I'll just interrupt everyone's yoga session. They won't mind. They are all getting chocolate for free. The Stardrop Saloon is the perfect place to give up some free samples. Everyone here is probably already struggling with addiction, so let's just change their addiction. Normal alcohol for you, only chocolate from now on, and you can only buy it from me. We all love free things. Sometimes when it's free, it just tastes better, right? Well, you know what else is free? A subscription to this channel. It is completely free. So collect your free subscription by just tapping the subscribe button. But how much do these sweet treats actually sell for? After producing tons of chocolate, let's see if all of this effort is actually worth it. Can we make a killing off of selling chocolate, sweets, and cakes? I wonder. Since I have no customers, I will just have to drop everything into the shipping bin for now. This might reduce my margins, but I just need to know. And you know what? It's not that bad. This is a decent amount of gold. I think mass producing starfruit wine is much more profitable and much easier. But gathering all of the ingredients and going through the very slow process of making chocolate is definitely more rewarding. This makes me wonder how the actual Haunted Chocolatier game is going to play. And I think I accidentally made myself even more hyped for the game. If you want to become a chocolatier in Stardew Valley, the link to the mod is in the description below. I would recommend you give this mod a try because it adds way more than just chocolatiering. There is a ton of stuff to this mod. And yeah, I really had fun with it. But for now, I will see you in the next video.